Hey guys, Pratima here with yet another smartphone review, and today I am going to talk about the Xiaomi Mi11x, which goes by the Poco F3 in the European market and the Redmi K40 in China. It is Xiaomi's latest premium mid-range smartphone and its price starts from Rs 30,000 in India or some 350 euros. But before I jump into the review, I'd like to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. During this lockdown while we are at home, I think it is a perfect opportunity for us to learn new things. And that's exactly where Skillshare comes in. From animation, coding, photography to marketing, there's something for everyone. I am currently enrolled in advanced video editing by Jordi Vandeput and learning so much. Plus, I can learn on the go thanks to Skillshare's mobile app. And good news for all of you is that the first 1,000 people to sign up using our link will get a free trial of premium membership. So hurry up and capitalize on this amazing offer to enhance your skill set by visiting the link given in the description. Okay, now let's get on with the review. So by now, it is well established that Xiaomi's budget and mid-range lineups of smartphones offer great value for money. Recently, I reviewed the Poco X3 Pro and Xiaomi's Redmi Note 10 series, and I would recommend them all without a second thought. But if you look closely at Xiaomi's recent strategy, after the Huawei ban, they have been aggressively diving into the premium mid-range and flagship segment, a category where Huawei's Nova and P series used to do so well. And it's also the very same category where Xiaomi hasn't found much success. Anyway, I think this is soon going to change with the Mi 11 series, especially thanks to the Mi 11x that I have been using for a week now. As the title of this video, it is an excellent overall phone, but with one big compromise, which could be a deal breaker for many. But before that, let me first talk about the things that I really liked about this phone. And the first of many things I like here is most definitely its design. The Mi 11x looks quite identical to the Redmi Note 10 Pro series, yet it feels more premium and ergonomic. It does not have sharp edges like the Redmi Note 10 Pro, plus it is also thinner, but that is probably because of its smaller 4520 mAh battery. Thanks to all these, the Mi 11x gives a premium hands-on feel. So yeah, it is more like a refined version of the Note 10 Pro. At the back, you can see a different camera layout which has been inspired by the standard Mi 11. I got myself this celestial silver color option which looks absolutely stunning. This reflective back glows differently depending on how you look at it, and this simply looks gorgeous. Xiaomi has also included Gorilla Glass 5 protection on both the front and back of the device. However, the side is still made out of plastic. Here you will find a side-mounted fingerprint as well, which is quite easy to reach and works perfectly fine, although it does struggle when your fingers are wet. Overall, I would say that this is one well-built phone. Yet, Xiaomi has skipped on a microSD card slot and 3.5mm headphone jack with the Mi 11 series, including the Mi 11x. You do get a 3.5mm jack to Type-C dongle inside the box, so it's not that big of an issue, I guess. Another thing I have liked about the Mi 11x is its awesome screen. It has a big 6.67 inches Super AMOLED panel with support for HDR10+ and 120Hz refresh rate. On paper, it looks similar to the Note 10 Pro Max. But as soon as I started using the Mi 11x, I realized how just superior its display is. It trumps the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max's display by a big margin. Not only does it reproduce better colors and better viewing angles, but the biggest difference you will notice here is how good its touch response is. Compared to the 240Hz touch sampling rate on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, its 360Hz touch sampling rate delivers an almost flagship level typing experience. Plus, with a powerful Snapdragon 870 chipset at hand, I didn't feel any jitter or lag while using the Mi 11x at the 120Hz refresh rate mode either. On the contrary, you will notice occasional lags in the UI on cheaper phones like the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and the Poco X3 Pro. But with the Mi 11x, it's as smooth as a phone can get, and the heavy MIUI Android skin does not seem to bottleneck its performance either. The lags are almost non-existent here, and not just that, if you were using a mid-range phone till now and just shifted to the Mi 11x, you will instantly notice how fast apps open and how effortless multitasking is. Snapdragon 870 also unlocks great gaming performance. Here, even the most demanding titles like Genshin Impact can run smoothly at 60 FPS at the highest of settings with 86% stability. There were occasions when it stuttered a bit, but not to the point that it ruined the gameplay. The phone does get warm at the back with 40 to 45 degrees Celsius surface temperature, but I can't call it a heating issue. Most importantly, it does not throttle the performance and the phone's temperature cools down very quickly. Getting to PUBG Mobile, there still isn't a 90 FPS mode here yet, but you can enjoy 60 FPS gameplay at HDR graphics and extreme frame rate with 100% stability. You can crank up the setting to Ultra HD graphics and ultra frame rates in favor of better details, but this will bring down the gameplay to just 40 FPS. Other 120 FPS optimized games like Critical Ops and Shadowgun War games are playable at 120 FPS at the highest of settings, so that's great as well. The battery life is also decent on the Mi 11X. It is not as good as the iPhone 12 Pro Max or the Galaxy M62, but it will easily provide you with a day's worth of endurance under moderate usage. Typically, on my usage pattern, I got around 6 to 7 hours of screen on time, which is similar to what I've achieved with other phones like the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and the Poco X3 Pro. Plus, the Mi 11X charges pretty fast as well. With its 33-watt charger, it takes around 55 minutes to get from 0 to 100%, which is faster than the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and the Poco X3 Pro. Moreover, to differentiate the Mi 11X from cheaper Redmi devices, Xiaomi has included good haptics and an excellent pair of hybrid stereo speakers here. The vibration motor gives nice subtle feedback and the speaker is loud with good dynamic range and immersive audio. Additionally, it also has Dolby Atmos support. With that out of the way, let me talk about that one aspect of the Mi 11X where the biggest cost cutting has happened, which is the cameras. Considering its price, its cameras are just average and definitely not a reliable shooter that you'd want to take on a vacation or a wedding. Not that that's going to happen anytime soon, but still. First off, Xiaomi is particularly not known for great camera optimization, and to make matters worse, they have decided to cut corners with the inclusion of a budget Sony IMX582 primary lens, which you can find on cheaper phones like the Poco X3 Pro and the Redmi Note 10. So the end result is not very exhilarating. Compared to the A52, which is my current favorite camera phone in the mid-range price segment, the photos from the Mi 11X look darker, underexposed, and even struggles with dynamic range. Similarly, the white balance is also off in some of the images and the contrast levels are higher as well. Because of this, most of the images don't look lively here. And at times, the Mi 11X's cameras even struggle to differentiate the subject and the background. As the sun goes down, it also struggles to lock focus, as you can see from this image here. The 8-megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens does not get a good score either, as it's quite similar to the primary lens. Plus, these images look soft and don't retain adequate sharpness either. Portraits are also kind of a hit or a miss here, inconsistent to be precise. At times, you can get good subject focus, blur, and the images look pleasing, while sometimes it outputs unreal contrast with the subject looking considerably dark. As expected, during low-light conditions too, the A52 delivers better sharpness, details, and overall better shots, while the Mi 11X struggles by a lot. The dedicated night mode improves the image quality by a lot, and if you want to take nighttime photos, I would definitely advise you to take it in this mode. Now, despite all these, there are a few things to like about the Mi 11X's cameras. First, the macro images, they're pretty good, but to be completely honest, I don't take that many close-up shots. Secondly, I like the photos coming from the selfie camera. It does not have the most natural skin tone, but it's way better compared to the images from the back cameras. And lastly, its video ability is pretty decent. EIS works well with 1080p 30fps and 4K 30fps videos with good colors and dynamic range. There isn't a 4K 60fps option, while the 1080p 60fps mode lacks stabilization too. Also, the selfie videos are capped out at 1080p 30fps. The videos look fairly stable though, and the audio pickup from the microphone isn't half bad either. But as you can see, the field of view is not very wide. I would have preferred it to be a little wider though. So overall, despite the evident shortcomings in the camera department, I have really liked using the Mi 11X. It is wickedly fast, and watching movies with the immersive audio has been a pleasant experience as well. During the ongoing lockdown, I've managed to complete 2 seasons of Vikings on this phone. But like I said earlier, it is not a perfect device, as its camera performance is nothing but average. And given its relatively premium price tag, I think Xiaomi should have definitely included the 108-megapixel sensor from the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Still, if you don't click a lot of pictures and prioritize on performance more, the Mi 11X makes for a compelling choice. Also, a quick update, I will be coming up with the iQOO 7 review very soon, as I've just received the device. So if you guys would like to see a dedicated comparison video between the iQOO 7 and the Mi 11X, do let me know in the comments. Till then, this is Pratima signing off. Thank you so very much for watching.